What are you on the planet for? What is your mission in life? Wow, that's a pretty full-on question, isn't it? And it's one that I definitely had a challenge being able to answer. So if you're like me, stick with me, because this week I want to help you to be able to get your thoughts around that and articulate it with ease. Hi, this is Grant Herbert, VUCA Leadership and Sustainable Performance Coach. And today I want to continue our conversation around intention by helping you to stay on mission. Over the last few weeks, we've been talking about things like values, what's most important to you, and being able to use them as a filter to set up your priorities. We've talked about vision, having a vision for the future and clearly being able to see where it is that you are going, and that keeps you inspired and motivated, so when times are tough, that sustains you. So these things all need to be utilized in a purpose, in a mission. I remember when I was in the Defence Force years ago, whenever we went out to do something, we had a briefing. And in that briefing, there was a clear element that said what our mission was. And what that allowed us to do is go, okay, in essence, that's what we want to achieve. So if we look at our entire life, if we look at for our reason for doing and for getting up in the morning and being who we need to be, that's what we want to be able to put together as our mission. My experience is that most people are a part of everyone else's mission, and they're subservient to what it is that they want to achieve. And the reason why we don't have clarity around our mission is that there's all that noise that comes in that work that we were doing on our identity of, I'm not sure what I'm here for because I'm not sure whether I'm good enough to achieve that anyway. And then over the years, it gets to the point where those bigger picture purpose statements and visions and missions that you had tend to fall by the wayside, because circumstances have eroded away that passion. So I'm here this week as we finish off this talk around intention to hopefully ignite that fire back within you, to be able to ask yourself the question, what am I on the planet for? And have a clear answer. Or at least to be able to ask yourself that question and not have a clear answer, and then do the work to go deeper and work out what's missing that's stopping you from being able to put that mission statement together. Now, let me be clear. Once again, just like I said last week, this is not a mission statement that is written for a company or a marketing statement that says we exist too, and then all these marketing emotive words are put in there to make you feel good about my company. No, this is a plain language statement of reality of what you feel you're here to do. You know, I look at my overall purpose in life and it's up here. You know, I'm here to be the best husband and father that I can be so that I can provide the leadership in our family. I'm here to support my fellow human beings. So these are things that are higher purpose. And then having those things, I can look at what I do in my career and I can have submissions that lead to what it is that my overall purpose in life is. So I can look at it and go, okay, when I'm doing this, am I being a great husband? Am I being a great father? Am I supporting my fellow human beings? So having this clear picture first of why you feel you're on the planet will help you to be able to put all these other things together. So just like we talked about with our vision statement last week, our vision statement needs to be clear, it needs to be concise, it needs to be in our language palette so that we understand it. We need to be able to read it, and it needs to trigger in us certain things. It needs to sometimes rub us the wrong way and go, oh, I'm not sure if that's in alignment with who I really am, so that we can tweak and adjust it. All those things need to also be there for a mission statement. It also needs to be able to be communicated. So when someone says to you, what do you do? It's not a statement or an elevator pitch that tells them what you do in your work. It tells them who you are. Your mission statement is a purpose statement that not necessarily needs to be literally spoken out to other people saying, I am on the planet too, but they get a sense of that. I tell people all the time, I'm an ordinary guy with an outstanding wife, 5 amazing kids, and 4 exceptional grandkids who's got a passionate urge inside them to help people, to cut themselves some slack, learn from their experiences, enjoy being who they were created to be in every area of their life. So when I tell people that, they get a sense of my values. Firstly, it tells them that I value family, because that's what I talk about first. That's not what I do, that's who I am. So these are the things, and I hope I'm making sense, that we need to have in our mission statement. Now, I said that it's not a marketing statement that a company uses, and a lot of them say, we exist too. However, that's really what you want it to articulate. You need to be able to ask yourself, why do I exist? And by doing that and having that high picture of what you're really there for, you can do those 2 things. You can use it as a filter to make sure that anything that you're doing is actually contributing to that mission. And you can also, when you're putting together things that you want to do, new ideas that you want to put some energy into, you can ask yourself that question. Is that helping me take a step towards achieving my overall mission, my overall purpose? Having this clear mission statement, this understanding of why I'm on the planet, helps me in times when things are not going so well to be able to stop and go back and have a look and see where I'm out of alignment. And every single time things that are not working well are off track to where it is that my mission says that I'm supposed to be going. For a lot of people, this is all a little bit ethereal and airy-fairy and warm and fuzzy, and it's not something that they're used to doing and therefore can be uncomfortable. So what I want to do is encourage you, just like I did last week with your vision statement, I want to encourage you to invest some energy in this. I needed some help, and you might need to enlist some help as well to get someone to bring it out of you, to talk through the putting together of your mission statement or the idea of why you're here, because sometimes that mini-me voice will hold back some of those thoughts so that you don't put them in. And therefore, as you're thinking that your mission might be this, it's pulling you back and going, but you aren't good enough to do that. So whatever you need to do, I really want to encourage you to invest some bandwidth in your busy life to getting a picture in your mind's eye written down that you can read as many times as you need to in good times and in bad, that's going to help you to stay on track. Because when we're working on mission, there's this sense of achievement and fulfillment and happiness and whatever word that you would use to describe it, that says I'm getting somewhere. I'm actually achieving on a daily basis, incrementally, step by step, what it is that I'm meant to do. It helps you to achieve that flow state, that state of Zen that says, I'm in alignment, whatever words that you would use to describe that. And it's a place that I have been out of many times, and it's much more enjoyable to be in alignment with your mission. Well, that's it from me for another week. Join me again next week when we continue the conversation around our self and our identity and our intelligences. And we get back into the second area of emotional intelligence being self-management. And over the next few weeks, I'm going to walk you through and teach you some strategies to help you to manage the response to your emotions, to manage your behavior, and a lot of those wrongly called soft skills to help you to be able to lead yourself well. I'll see you then.